Okay, so I just saw Megan 2.0 and I was a big fan of the first film. I didn't feel that we needed a sequel, but it was bound to happen. So here we have it, Megan 2.0. Is this a well-earned sequel? Is this as good as the first film? Let's get into all of that right now. And to answer the big question, is it better than the first film? No, this is not. This film falls into the problem that a lot of sequels do, where this film does go bigger and better in all of the wrong ways. And I want to start off by speaking about the tone. I thought the tone was all over the place in this film. It wanted to be a family story at heart. It wanted to be an AI story. It wanted to be a comedy film. It wanted to be an action film. Horror is a second thought in this now. This is a drastically different film from the first one. And I thought that the first maybe half an hour of this film that was focused purely on our human characters, I thought that was the most interesting part of the movie. I thought seeing their progress to where the first film ended to where this film does start, I thought that was a great kickoff point for a great sequel. But really from that point on, that's when this film drops. And if you're here to see Megan's really not in the film all that much. She has maybe half an hour worth of screen time, maybe even a bit less in a movie that is 2 hours long. She doesn't even show up till the middle point of the movie, so your titled character isn't really even the vocal point here. And our villain here, I just thought was forgettable. It's another AI android that has a strong introduction, but the story doesn't really do anything with her. I thought the relationships and the chemistry was a step up in here compared to the first film. I think Megan and the little girl from the first film that is back in here, I thought their chemistry is really good. They have some really sweet on-screen moments in here. I thought Megan's goals and just overall motivation was a big step up in here to the first film. So I feel like if this film actually committed to being just like a very kind of grounded film, I feel like that's where this sequel would have succeeded. But this is a film that does play itself dumb. And there are moments of dumb fun in here, but a lot of that is unfortunately in the third act. The third act is where it really starts to embrace the dumb fun action sequences, and you actually see some really entertaining and cool stuff in there. There are some twists and turns in here that I did not expect, that I thought it came into the narrative a little too late, and I guess it works, but kind of not. I thought Megan's new design looks really cool. This is a very, stylistic, and this is a very, visually appealing movie. There are a lot of colors. It's a very flashy sequel this time around. The action is a lot bigger and better. They do some, world expansion in here that, that I was a big fan of, that does open up to a potentially a bigger universe, and it does set up for a third film, that if they can crack the script, I would be interested. I know that there's like a Soulmate film coming out, I think it's this year or next year, that is supposed to be in the Megan verse, so I'm curious to see what they do with that. I thought all of the performances here were really good. I thought the production value and the cinematography, I thought all of that was really on point. We have Gerard Johnson back as director and screenwriter on this one, and I thought for the most part his direction does remain strong. They do add some human elements to Megan in here that I do like. The film does feel like that this is the final Megan film up until there's a last second, we're setting up for a third film, we're setting up for a bigger universe. I wasn't a big fan of the ending, so the ending can just go fuck itself in my mind. But yeah, the film started off strong, but fell off quite fast for me, and just this film wasn't as entertaining. The story didn't grab me. I thought that it had its hand in way too many holes. Yeah, this film just wasn't as strong for me or as compelling, and can't see myself watching this film again over the first film. So yeah, there my quick out of the theatre reactions to Megan 2.0. If you have seen Megan 2.0, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of it, and how would you rank these two films, and are you excited for Soulmate? Let me know all of that down in the comment section down below, guys. So anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see you next time.